Welcome. Your position is so important as the advocate for the tribe. When decisions are being made about children involved with the Office of Children's Services, and your voice needs to be heard. Here are some suggestions for organizing your work on day one. The health and safety of children are your first priority. As early as possible, find every child with an open case that your tribe has intervened in already, or where the court is waiting for your tribe to intervene. There may be a file for every case or a stack of documents that look like this. To get help identifying what cases are open and closed, find the OCS ICWA specialist in your region at this website. They can send you a monthly report listing all children in OCS custody who have documented affiliation with your tribe. Review the case file and documents for all open cases. Understand why the child came into state custody and why they are still in custody. Pay close attention to the child's case plan to get an understanding of the services that they are receiving or may need to receive. Reach out to the OCS caseworker assigned to the case to introduce yourself and receive an update on the status of the case. If you think you might be missing some case documents, request them. Reach out to the family and other legal parties in the case, like the parents' attorneys, the guardian ad litem, or GAL, and in some cases, even the child's attorney, if one has been appointed. Both the GAL and the child's attorney are great resources for updates on how the child or children are doing. Identify where the children are placed right now. Does the tribe agree with this placement? If the child is placed in the same region as the ICWA specialist, it may be beneficial for the ICWA specialist to meet the placement and to conduct periodic visits to see how the child is doing. The ICWA specialist can also join OCS on their mandatory unannounced caseworker visits with the children. These unannounced visits are an integral piece of how OCS assures the safety of the children in foster care. And it is a great opportunity for tribal workers to check in with their tribal children. How often and where does the parent visit the child? Are the siblings maintaining contact? If a child discloses to you that they have been abused, remain calm and listen to what they are saying without pressing for additional details. Remember that it is not your role as an ICWA worker to investigate child abuse. Reassure the child they did the right thing by telling you, but do not make any promises you cannot keep. Since your next step is going to be reporting the abuse to OCS, you should never promise that you will not make a report. As soon as you're able, report the matter to OCS by calling 1-800-478-4444 or emailing reportchildabuse@alaska.gov. or by faxing the report to 907-269-3939. Review the case plan. Which lists services identified to address the concerns that led to the child entering state custody? What services does the tribe want to see? Additionally, even though OCS is responsible for sending referrals, it is perfectly appropriate for the tribe to suggest and recommend services that may be helpful for the child or parents. You can also check with the parents' attorneys to see if they are comfortable having their clients authorize the release of information directly to the tribe without having to wait for documents like the results of an evaluation being released via discovery by OCS. What is the status of the court case? Ask the other parties for the next hearing date. When is the next meeting regarding the case? As you gather this information, make a list like this. In cases involving sexual abuse and severe physical abuse, it's possible that a criminal case prosecuting the alleged offending party will also be opened. However, there are significant differences in providing support in China cases, where the tribe is a legal party to the case and has the right to participate in the case and legal authority to request information and documentation from other parties. And in a criminal case where the tribe is not a legal party and does not have the legal authority to request information and documentation from the legal parties. In situations where a criminal case has been open, best practices ICWA workers can follow include understanding how to use the court system online record system or CourtView to track the progress of a criminal case. Since the tribe is not a party and will not receive notices of future court dates and other things that may go on in the criminal case, best practices in communicating with law enforcement and other entities that provide victim services such as the CACs, and working with the parent or legal guardian of the victim to provide information on services that may be available and assisting the parent or legal guardian of the victim in accessing those services. Understand how your tribe processes and makes decisions on cases. You will want to organize important case notes for each family and keep them secure and confidential. Notes don't need to be fancy. Something like this will work. You will also want to track meetings and court dates in your calendar. It helps if a coworker can see your calendar to help fill in if you have any unexpected absences. You are in a position to help this family, but as you are asking yourself what's in the best interest of the children, remember to take care of yourself as well. Remember that the impact of trauma affects not only the families you serve, but also yourselves as workers. The same resources and services available to the families can be helpful for you too. Take care of yourself by attending training on secondhand trauma, participating in reflective supervision, and taking time for personal reflection. As a tribal ICWA worker, your active involvement in cases plays a critical role in achieving better outcomes for the tribe's children. Your advocacy matters. Thank you. A desk reference for Alaska tribal workers in ICWA cases is available on our webpage at anjc.org if you would like more information.